Hey, welcome to Physical Embodiment Studio. I'm Courtney Sprawls, a certified personal trainer, and today I'm talking to you about Diastasis Recti. This is a condition where your ab wall down your midline separates for several different reasons we'll go into, but your rectus abdominis, what typically looks like an 8-pack, gets separated through the center. So it's important that we use exercises that get you stronger from the inside out in order to mend that gap. Now, you might experience this diastasis recti through pregnancy. If you have multiple children or multiple births, this can sometimes separate the ab wall. Sometimes improper weightlifting form or just bad posture in general can cause this. Another reason is rapid weight gain. So if your body is not used to that rapid weight gain, the separation can happen. And it's important that we get your mind-body connection stronger so that we can build the core from the inside out. So I'll be giving you 4 exercises today to start building the strength of the deep ab wall, the transverse abdominis, so that we can also mend the rectus abdominis on top, which is a superficial level, okay? So let's go ahead and start with pelvic tilts. We'll be on the floor, laying down with your feet about 6 to 8 inches from your hips. Start with your feet hip-width distance apart, and we'll begin to articulate through the spine. So it's really important that we take our time and roll up the spine, imagining your spine as a string of pearls against the floor. So we're going to start by tucking the tailbone up and in towards your chin, pulling your navel in towards your spine, and rolling one vertebra up off the floor at a time until you get to that lower rib. Okay, so your hips lift up off the floor, and then we slowly start to roll down, feeling each vertebra on the floor as we lower until you relax your hips at the bottom. Okay, so you'll start to engage your hamstrings, your glutes, your deep abs as you roll your pelvis up off the floor, feeling one vertebra at a time. You might notice that your spine moves in segments rather than one vertebra at a time. That is good indication that you might have some stagnicity or lack of circulation through your vertebra. So we're taking our time engaging the deep ab muscles to pull your pelvis up off the floor. I like to bring my hand to my body to make sure that I'm zipping up one little segment at a time and then rolling down just as slow. You don't want to collapse into this, okay? That mindfulness and slowness is actually what's going to help knit the abs in. From there, we're going into a modified side plank. So you'll be on your forearm, ground your fingers onto the floor to protect your elbow and continue to distribute the weight across the forearm. Bring your shoulder away from your ear, pull up and in through the rib cage. Now bring your knees in line with your hips, okay? So when you look down, your knees, your hips, your shoulders are all stacked. And we're going to begin pulling up and in through the serratus anterior around the rib cage, lifting up the hips, and then lowering down with control. You want to make sure you keep your shoulder away from your ear. We're engaging through the full side body, working the obliques, working the transverse abdominis, feeling the rectus abdominis fire, and then lowering back down. Okay, let's do 2 more on this side. Yes, you will feel your glutes engage, of course, but I want you to feel your full side body. Okay, let's switch sides if you're following along. Ground your forearm on the floor, spread your fingers, shoulder away from your ears, make sure your knees are stacked with your hips. Pull your rib cage up and in, lift your hips up, and then lower back down. Try and maintain a neutral spine at the top of this movement without over curving into lateral flexion. Okay, so you're pulling your hips up and in, squeeze the glutes, lower back down. I like to inhale lowering down, exhale to lift. Okay, so when you're balanced on both sides, we'll talk about transverse abdominis breathing. So let's do this standing. Your TA, which I mentioned, is the deeper ab region, is horizontal across your core, okay? So I want you to take a deep breath in, bringing your hand to your belly for a moment. Inhale, full exhale. Now you might have felt your breath moving somewhere other than where your hand is. Now we're going to direct the awareness to your hand. So bring the hand right below the belly button and bring the other hand to the lower back. I want you to push evenly through the front and the back body as you inhale. And when you exhale, zip through the core. You might even make that sound with your mouth, like that, it's like an ocean breath, to really engage the deep ab muscles as you exhale, okay? So inhale, full depth expansion. Exhale, all the way to the end of your breath, feeling that engagement through the core. Okay, so that's something to keep awareness in throughout your day, not just an intentional breathing session. So see if every now and then you can tune into your breath and really engage through the transverse abdominis at the end of your exhale. Now, the next one is just standing core engagement. It's similar to the breathing exercise, but this time we're engaging the core even deeper. So you're taking a deep breath in. Exhale, flex the abs. Feeling that corset wrap around your spine. Okay, so this one's a little more intense. It's not something you need to do as your regular breathing practice, but you're inhaling, feeling that expansion, maybe even that separation, and then on your exhale, really engage the deep core. All right, so those last two are very similar, but they build in intensity. So as you move about your day, we'll focus mostly on just transverse abdominis, big diaphragmatic breathing. And then when you're in a more intentional space, you can focus on the knitting in of the rib cage with a deeper breath, feeling the ab engagement. Some things you should avoid for diastasis recti is flexion of the spine. So you want to avoid a lot of crunching. That crunching motion will often splay the abs. So you really want to focus on transverse abdominis exercises. A couple more that we haven't covered today are dead bugs and straight leg, where you press the legs away, like it almost looks like a leg press on the floor, pressing your legs forward. There are several ab exercise videos on our channel, so be sure to go back and look at those. But for now, these are the beginner exercises to start with if you're experiencing that ab wall separation. I'm so glad you found our channel. I'm Courtney Sproles, and I'm happy to have you here. Be sure to leave comments below, like and subscribe. You know the deal, y'all. I'll see you next time.